You don't get to go backsies. We talked about this.
I don't remember the conversation.
Convenient.
I'm going to pull senioritis.
Careful. Careful with that. I just prefer not to have to flip back and forth.
Me too. And I was doing them.
Oh my God, I'm dying. More bang for your 2 inches. Hi there. Welcome to the Notorious Needle. I'm Sarah.
I'm Bridget.
And on this channel, we talk about cross-stitch.
Mostly
cross-stitch. Some of it's NSFW.
Which means don't turn this on if you're at work.
Right.
Just saying.
And we talk about sometimes current events, political events, and how they influence our stitching.
Sometimes.
So let's get started. So first, we just wanted to say again, congratulations to Donna Spindle, who...
She's the winner of the gingerbread Santa pattern with the little charms.
Yeah, I have it right here. Bam.
But thank you all for all your wonderfully kind comments and all the people that entered for the Santa.
Yes, we love your comments as always. So I thought I'd read a few of them.
Good idea.
Okay, so Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal wrote, she has a Flosstube, you should watch her. She wrote, I love the green of the yarn on the autonomy cowl. Your choice of Santa patterns is exactly what I would do. Great minds think alike.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Couldn't think of anything else to do with them except put them all in one row.
I think she's also referring to the fact that you skipped the patriotic Santa and then what was the other one?
The Ark.
The Ark Santa.
Like Santa had anything to do with the Ark. Anyway, like I said, sometimes we don't just talk about cross stitch.
Let's see. Trish2964 wrote, I didn't know I needed the Santa patterns until I saw your start of the table runner. It's going to be fabulous.
Oh, thank you. It'll be fabulous if I finish it.
Right?
You guys can hold me accountable because I'm not great at, getting all the way to the end.
Dawn Biederman wrote an interesting comment on our last Flosstube about how she irons her finished projects face down over a few layers of bath towel underneath to give cushion.
Oh, right, for the beads.
Yeah, for the beads.
Right.
Right.
Good idea.
Thank you.
And I think she also had an idea about using felt.
Oh yes, she wrote, I will sometimes bead as I go, but only if using scroll rods with some felt to protect the beads as I roll. It's a great idea.
Good idea. I don't use scroll rods because they're just really big and I like to hold it in my hand because the only floor stand I have doesn't fit under my chair.
Oh,
which means I have to lean forward to use it and that really totally wrecks my back. So,
but if you're going to use it, you can use hold in hand scroll rods. I mean, they're huge, or attach them to like a lap scroll frame instead of...
I think I have a lap scroll frame on my Amazon wish list for Christmas. Hint, hint.
But that's a really good idea to protect the beads so they don't get crushed while you go.
With felt. I have felt.
Joe Hobbs wrote, I love the idea of the matchbook as both my sister and I sew, and we are famous for losing needles or forgetting which one we are using. The matchbook will be great to keep the needles with the right project, and love all the Santas too. Thanks, Joe.
Awesome.
Yeah, I really liked that idea from StitchCon. So the video before this one is the tutorial about how to make your own matchbook, needlebook matchbooks. So this little doodad here, it's the shape of a matchbook, and when you open it up, there's felt, and you can put your needles on it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so a couple of things before we get started on the stitchy stuff. So Mom and I are on the wait list for StitchCon 2023.
Right, we have to wait for, I think, what is it, October something?
Yeah, when they send out the
They're going to send out the invoices, and then we'll find out if we, but since we signed up at what, 12:02?
Yeah, so the list unlocked at 12 p.m. and I signed us up by like 12:02 p.m. Both of us were on the list. So.
Yep, but I noticed that somebody beat us to it.
Yeah, well, because she had already had it ready to go.
She signed up at 12:01. She was at our table last year. Hope to see you there again. That would be awesome.
And I did convince Bridget to fly and not drive.
Oh, not yet.
Yes, I did, because I promised to pay for the plane ticket.
It's free. I have a card. I
But
just use my miles.
You don't get to go backsies. We talked about this.
I don't remember the conversation.
Convenient.
I'm going to pull senioritis.
Careful. Careful with that.
Keep moving on.
Okay, so that brings us to Stitchy Stuff.
Yes. Stitchy
So
Stuff.
Stitchy Stuff is, we just talk about all the new Stitchy Stuff that we've acquired since the last Flosstube.
Yes, and since her birthday was the end of last month and my birthday was the beginning of this month, there's some new Stitchy Stuff to talk about. Would you like to go first?
Sure. Okay, so Stitchy Stuff.
She has a list, it's so long.
I do, I have a list. So this I bought for myself. So this is some stretchy black lace, and I know it doesn't seem cross-stitch related, but I'm using it in a project to hold stuff on the project. So instead of creating pockets, I'm using the stretchy lace, and I'll show you more on that later. So that was interesting. And on the same project, I bought these D-rings on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. So I'm using these in and the lace in the Primitive Tarot Notions and Needlebook by Wild Violet Cross Stitch. I will show you that later. This came in a 10-pack. I liked these because they were dark and not chrome. So that project is all 310. I thought it would look nice.
It'll match.
It'll match. Let's see. Okay, so birthday stuff. First, I got this beautiful card made by my mom. Isn't that cute? So she did a whole bunch of these, and she'll show you them, some of them later. And they're all by Emma Congdon.
All the patterns were by her. It was one of the things on the freebie table that I picked up at StitchCon.
Yeah.
And there were birthday ones and there were present tags. They come with tags. They're supposed to be present tags.
Yeah.
But
she made it into a card.
So
I thought that was cute. So that was the first thing. And then if you'll recall, I'm stitching the Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers, and I'm using 3808 for a lot of the stitching outline. And I haven't been able to find it for weeks, but she ordered some. She ordered 10 skeins and wrapped it in this box.
Because what do you give a stitcher who's running out of color?
You give her the color. I hope that's enough. Just saying.
If it's not enough, you know where to get more.
I think I've done like 2 pages out of like, is it 20 pages or 24 pages, or something like that? And
it's ridiculous.
I've already gone through 2 skeins, so yeah. So
okay.
Yay! I'm excited about that.
I might have to order another 10 for Christmas presents,
right?
Or something. Right.
And then she made a project bag. So this is the fabric. It's like a what did you call it? Like
Nautilus.
A shell.
The Nautilus
It's really
shell.
pretty. I like the purple and the blue. Those are my favorite colors. It has an elastic and a little button, and it opens up. Shabam! So she borrowed some of this lace and didn't tell me what it was for. And it holds the bobbins really nicely.
Because mine has the pockets, which is what the original pattern called for, and it took me like 2 days to sew up the pattern the first time. And this one only took 4 hours because I didn't have to sew all those pockets. Well, I also knew what I was doing a little better.
Oh yes.
But
yeah, and she reinforced it. This is like firm on the outside here, and then there's some pockets down here, and then this is for needles and
I added the felt that
like
wasn't on the original
thread
pattern
bed.
either.
Yep, some more pockets. I've got some clips on here. There's a pocket in here that has my fabric, and then there's another pocket in here.
That's supposed to be able to hold your pattern. But I actually
can hold your pattern.
I use mine. I put 2 projects in it at a time.
Well, it's not quite big enough for my tablet, but I can put my tablet, I can just tuck it in here and then close it over my tablet. But the tablet, it's like maybe, oh, there's dog hair all over it, sorry. It's just like a ½ an inch too big to fit in one of these pockets.
Yeah, my tablet's about a ½ an inch too big too. But I decided, actually I was thinking about it and I decided against putting my tablet in the pocket.
I
keep
this.
Mine separate.
So this is set up with the Screaming Hearts Designs video game sampler is in here. But I haven't stitched on it, so I'm not going to show it to you. It's the same as last time.
Yeah.
And when she gave it to me, she goes, "There's not a straight stitch in the project."
No,
but it will work.
I can't cut the thing straight. I can't stitch the thing straight. But you know what? It doesn't really matter.
Made with love from my mommy.
Yeah, which is why I don't make these to sell, because if you sell it, then it has to be.
Oh yeah, it needs to be
everything
nice.
has
like,
to be
straight and.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look, you can even see that the felt comes over the top. And
I love it. I'm already using it. It's great, and it holds bobbins. I have like dog hair on my nose. It holds bobbins instead of floss drops. So.
She was drooling over the one I made for myself. So
I have been
found the pattern on Etsy, and I can't remember the name of the person. I'm sorry. Cut that part out.
It's in a previous Flosstube.
It is. It is. So if you go back a few Flosstubes to when I made mine, we talked about the pattern. Yeah.
Also got A to Z of embroidery stitches.
Mm-hmm.
So this is chock full of like all different kinds of embroidery stitches.
Yeah.
So I'm primarily a cross stitcher, but every once in a while you do need another embroidery stitch to enhance your cross stitch, to follow a cross stitch pattern from another designer, or like I'm going to show you when I make my needle book, I'm going to be using different stitches to like attach the button and stuff like that.
It's very, very handy to know more than just the X's.
It is. You don't need to though. There's a lot of patterns out there that are just cross stitch and nothing else. Some of them on the Notorious needle.
And sometimes I like to take somebody else's pattern that just uses cross stitches and, you know, do a little something different with the flower petals or the leaves or whatever, and just make it my own.
One of the coolest things was as I was flipping through this book, a skein of floss popped out.
Yeah,
so
I didn't put it in there.
It was used, and yeah, a skein of pink floss just popped right out. I was like, okay, freebie, I'll take it. Free's good. Put that over there. It's piling up over here, and also got, I think these are from my dad.
Yes.
Cross stitch for the earth, Emma Congdon, and cross stitch for the soul. Mm-hmm. So I finally gave my mom's copy back of cross stitch for the soul.
I've been quote unquote borrowed mine.
I've been holding on to it for months.
Like indefinitely borrowed mine.
Oh, I love these. They're good inspiration.
Yeah, so
for
steal
like
mine.
Snarky patterns. Like with I can you know, I can use these as inspiration for snarkier phrases.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that. And last, which I'm not going to show you everything in it, but I did get the Starlight Stitchery Divination box.
Uh-oh.
That has my address on it. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Can't see. And then there's a list of contents. Okay, that's it. So what I'm going to do is I will do
an unboxing.
An unboxing. Ooh. Yeah, so that, darn it, I'm going to have to hide that now. So I will do an unboxing and show you all the goodies that are inside. I'm so excited. I haven't seen them, and I won't. When I do the unboxing, it'll be the first time I see them.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let's see. Yep, that's all my Stitchy Stuff. Yay! So Stitchy Stuff and Stitchy Kindness. So
okay.
Thanks.
So here's mine.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you now.
Yeah, right? Well, first of all, I'm going to start out with the Fabric by Bestitch Me, which is not a birthday present because I get it every month. So this is this one is called Not Another Sampler. So I guess that kind of,
it kind of looks almost the same as the one you got before, like the taupey.
The peanut?
Yeah, no, it was like a taupey.
That's okay. I don't think
this has like intonations of green and blue.
I don't think I can have too many of these neutrals. And I switched to 18 count. Oh. So I had a bunch of 14 count, and then halfway through my subscription last year I switched to 16 count, and I got about 6 or 7 of the 16 count, and then I switched to 18 count because I did that one project for you on 18 count.
Oh, and I realized
right here that I can do 18 count. Okay. So I'm gonna, with my heavy duty magnifier, I can do it again. Okay. So I'm going to, but I like the neutrals. Yeah. She also offers like brights, and she offers like opalescent and all that.
Yeah,
but I have some of the darker ones, and I started out with like darker ones, and then realized I don't do that much on dark colors, so I might as well get fabric I'm going to be able to use.
Okay, that's nice.
I have used it, and I'll show you that when we get to FFOs. And then, so on my wish list, I had put a Nurge. I had put one of each size.
Nerd hoops.
Nurge hoops, yes. So I ended up getting at least one of each size. I got the itty bitty one, and I got the bigger one, and there's one in between here, and it's on one of my projects at the moment. So you'll see that when I show you whips. But there's that one, and then, oops, wait, there's another one of these. Oh, and look, 3 of the really big ones. So between Sarah and my husband, I'm nurged for life now. I'm good.
Got the urge for nurge.
Right? I like them because I like the I tried the one. I ordered the one for myself, and I really like the way the screw top. I mean, the last time I used my wooden frame, I must have done it too tight, and then I actually hurt my thumb trying to get it off, and it did not have a screw in the end like
it
some
didn't
of
have
the older
a screw
ones
head.
do.
Okay.
No, and then a couple more of my wood frames, the round ones, they split right through here.
Really?
Yeah, and I had to get my
had that
husband to glue them back together with a little clamp.
Oh wow.
I'm like, and then the old metal ones I have, which are
oh yeah, those get rusty.
those are like
Vintage.
I think they're antique at this point. They're really old.
They're the metal ones, and then they have the cork inside.
Yeah, and they rust, and then the cork discolors or falls out, and then you can't use it. You can't put it on your fabric. So I just decided, you know what? Let's just go to the plastic and work with that and see how I like that. If I like that any better.
Yeah.
And so far, I really do. So, and I'm not getting any. Oh, I gotta move this stuff out of the way. You know, we don't get any kickbacks from any of these companies or anything like that. We're just showing you what we use and what we like. And
well,
our
occasionally
experience.
I do put affiliate links in the comments.
But it's very clearly marked.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are
Yes. And I think you should put an affiliate link because these are on Amazon.
okay.
And that way she'll get just, I mean, the teeniest, tiniest, like maybe 3 cents or something.
But they don't charge you anymore. It's the same price.
But everybody, and every little bit counts. So every little bit helps.
Thanks.
And I think that is it for my
Stitchy stuff.
new Stitchy Stuff.
Awesome. Yep. Okay, so after Stitchy Stuff, we have finishes. Do we have any? Let's start with FFOs.
Do you have FFOs? We should
no,
go back and forth.
I have FOs, but not FFOs.
You don't have any fully finished
I
objects?
do not have any fully finished objects.
Why do we call them objects?
I don't know.
Maybe we should call them FFS, fully finished stitching.
Stitching?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so in keeping with the cards that
I
gave
These are so cute.
Her one, and then I made 2 more. So this one's says "Let's Party," and well, yeah, the inside just says "Happy Birthday," and then this one, "Sending you birthday wishes," and they're just, you know, my mom makes cards, and that's one of the things I do with her on Wednesdays. Usually every week I go over and we make some cards, and so I thought those little teeny tiny, because look at the size of this, right? What is this, maybe 10 by 20? I mean,
if that, yeah.
Yeah, so you get these little teeny tiny bits, and I have some of those in my whips. Don't throw them away. Just find something you can stitch and make it into a card.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's not that hard. Not hard at all, and people like them. They do. I did that one year for Christmas, and everybody liked them. That's okay. Moving on. Oh, you might remember this if you've seen previous Flosstubes. This one is the craft. I don't think Craft Room Clock is actually the name of it.
It's Cross Stitch Corner.
Cross Stitch Corner. Okay, and it's by Hanahan Makes Designs, and I finished it in 2021, but I didn't get to mount it. And now the fabric was Garden Party by Bestitch Me, and it's done on 16 count Aida, and then. And I know all this because I put it in the back. And then I mounted it on, my husband made this part. Actually, did he make it or did I buy it? No, I had bought one and it wasn't
canvas frame.
It wasn't thick it wasn't firm enough. He said, "Oh, that's what you wanted? I'll make you one." So he made me one. And then I just, you know, stretched it over. He reinforced the clock with a little bit of wood on each side. You can see.
And just glue it?
Yeah,
Looks like it's
he
glued.
just glued the clock so it wouldn't move. And then the battery, because the way she has it finished is she puts it in a 6-inch hoop or an 8-inch hoop.
Yeah.
And a hoop what's going to support the clockworks in the back?
Right.
Like the fabric?
Yeah.
And then it's going to sag. I'm a Virgo. I'm not going to be wanting to look at a clock where it's sagging. No, I want it to be nice. So, and it took me a while to get all of the numbers, like I measured. And it's even keeping the correct time. I'm so happy. This is going in my craft room now.
It's
I have
adorable.
I have a spot right over my desk, and that's where it is going. Oh yes, it's perfect. I just love it.
One of the cool things about this pattern too is that she offers a different, like a blue colorway as well as this pink one. So it's cute. So like, this feels rough. Did you like Mod Podge it?
I Mod Podged it.
Okay.
Yep. I Mod Podged the hell out of it. After I I only Mod Podged the front, and I didn't Mod Podge the sides. You know, but the nice thing is I didn't really cut it that much. So if I have to take it off at some future point and clean it, I can take the clock apart because it just has little screws that keep the hands on. And I could take it off, I could wash it, I could Mod Podge it and throw it back on.
Oh, okay.
You know, but will I do that?
No.
Probably not.
That's not
Probably
happening.
never.
No.
That's why I Mod Podge the front, because I figure it'll, then you can just like brush the dirt off of it.
Yeah,
It's on
dust
the wall,
and whatever.
just
It's going to get
a
dusty.
little dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out really cute.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And then my last fully finished project is, I'm going to have to, do I have to hide the date?
Yeah.
With my finger? Maybe a pen? Can I just use a pen instead? Okay, well, giving people just a little bit of privacy there. This is, hang on, I need my card. This was a Token of Affection sampler. It was from the Just Cross Stitch magazine from February 2007. And the design was by, I can't even read my writing, Belinda Carl's Nace. And I did it on 18 count, Aida Natural, and I started it August and I finished it in August. So, I mean, this one only took me like a week and a half. And originally it had an alphabet up here, and I took the alphabet out and I used the alphabet to do the names, and then it had some other stuff, but I wanted it to fit in an 8x10 frame. And this is going to my nephew Josh and his fiancee Melissa, who are getting married sometime next week, yes. And so I put it in the white frame, and I thought, this will look great in their house. It'll look great anywhere. So that's what I made for them. But I did have to re-chart. I kind of recharted it. You know, I put the names in. I put the little hearts around the names. I took out the alphabet on top. There was another. There was actually an outline, and I took the outline out because a square outline in a square frame, it's such a bitch to get all of everything completely lined up. And if it's not lined up, it drives me crazy. So if I just take the outline completely out, I never have to worry about, did I line it up, did I not line it up?
Right.
So they'll never know the difference. They'll love it anyway.
Oh, no, it came out great.
And her colors are wine and pink and gold.
Yep.
And that's why it's wine and pink. That's why I picked that pattern. And then the gold for the names. And I did it in the shiny metallic gold.
The devil's ass hair.
Yes. Remember, a little bit of beeswax at each end of the thread and shorter threads, and you won't have any problem with the devil's ass hair.
So you say. I don't know.
No, it works great. Works great. Okay, let me move all this stuff out of the way, because we're now going on to.
I have finishes.
Oh, you have.
So these are not fully finished, but they are finished with the stitching.
Stitching finished.
The stitching finished. So the first one I have, this is Primitive Tarot Notions and Needlebook by Wild Violet Cross Stitch. This fabric is Bankrolls by Fortnite Fabrics, and the inside is called VIP, also by Fortnite Fabrics. They're both 32 count Lugana.
And they're
I stitched 2/2 in 310. Yeah, and they're opalescent. So you have the.
Are you going to show them the back?
Yeah, the snipper, the ripper, and the stitcher. And then the inside, let me take the card off. We're so organized. Thank you to Daybreak Stitchery for floss cards. We're using them as project cards.
Yep. I'm using project cards now for all my projects because I can remember who the designer is.
So this is the VIP fabric by Fortnite Fabrics. And so I used the provided letters. I created this pattern here. I just this motif is from something else I'll show you in a second. And then this motif is from Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers, because I just wanted something a little bit creepy. It's not quite centered, but
it's creepy enough.
he's not going anywhere.
Very cute. So
And then this is the lace that I bought.
That's
this
the
is
lace,
the stretchy
so that
lace.
can hold scissors and stuff. And then you're going to put those little D-rings
and
down the edge.
Yep, I'm going to put the D-rings down the edge like this.
And that'll hold some floss.
And it'll hold some floss, and then the extra floss will be tucked into
In
this
the pocket.
right here.
So cute.
So I just have to finish with the whatchamacallit, the backing.
And what are you using for the backing? Is it fusible interfacing?
Yeah, fusible interface. And I'm thinking of putting something in to make it more sturdy and less floppy. Like the 3 sections, I haven't decided. I don't know. I'm kind of mulling that over.
Well, believe it or not, what I used when I made your project bag was, or project book rather, was my husband went to a dollar store, because he practically lives at the dollar store
And the thrift store, yeah.
And the thrift store. Anyway, he found cutting boards, clear vinyl cutting boards, and they're extremely thin because they're
dollar
only
store.
$1.25.
Oh my
and there's
gosh, what a
2
great
in a
idea.
package. And so I cut those to fit, and you know what? I
might do that.
have the extra.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is it enough for all 5 panels?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I'll just go to
But
the
if I
dollar
make a
store
needle book like that one, I may use the extra needle book.
All right.
But
I'd be interested.
It does work. But what I did was I put it in, and then I had to sew a seam.
Yeah,
down
so they
each
don't slide
edge.
around.
So they don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna
slide
have to
around.
sew another seam.
So you would
down
actually
here,
use
down
3
here.
pieces here and put a little seam down the center, and that way that would still
The
fold.
panel, yeah, they'll fold.
Because that plastic will not fold; it'll crack instead.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of like some kind of board, but then I was worried if it got wet, it would get mushy inside.
Or you can buy very heavy fusible interfacing.
I might do that.
Because I found different
Like thicker, thicker.
different thicknesses of fusible interfacing when I went to the fabric store recently.
So yeah, so then I saw the D-rings for that. So then the other one that I'm making is this is going to be a thread bed / needle book. So this is the Lovers, also by Wild Violet Cross Stitch. This is on, again, Bankroll 32 count Lugana by Fortnite Fabrics. And then this is the Trickster. That's my own pattern. So I modeled it after hers. And this is the motif that I created that I put inside here. Yep. And that motif, the flower, is modeled after this flower down here. So it's like the same bud, and then I just created a little ceiling. Because I wanted it to look like these. They all have like
something at the top,
a string of fabric or a ribbon.
Right.
So I thought that would be cool.
Nice.
Yep. So when this is done, this is going to have a big piece. It's just a bifold, and then when you open it up, it'll have the felt. And you can use that I'll be able to use that as a thread bed or a needle book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the stitching, the cross stitch is finished. Now I just have to finish putting them together.
Would that qualify as a small, or is that too much stitching? Because they say 6 inches.
So
right?
a small, yeah, I think the small, it's just size. It doesn't matter how much stitching.
So maybe I'll just have to design a needle book that's a little bit smaller than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard. The hardest part actually for me, and it's not because it's difficult, it's because it's boring, is attaching everything, stitching this, attaching, and then attaching this here. Snore.
Netflix stitching.
Oh my god. And because I'm using black I'm using black thread, so I did back stitch, right? And then what you do is you use whip stitch to connect all the back stitching after you fold in the edges. And because it's black, it's hard to see. So I am using my magnifier light, which I put over there. You can't see it. So I am using the magnifier, especially if I have to rip it because I skipped some.
Welcome to my world. Give yourself 20 more years.
Well, right now it's just because it's the black, but like,
Uh-huh.
oh my God, that part's really boring. So I haven't finished it. But I did all the fun part. I did all the stitching, yay!
All the fun part's done.
And then I designed the trickster. So I liked the names, the Stitcher, the Ripper, the Snipper, and the Trickster. And then the Lovers was another one of hers. I think her name is Ryan.
Maybe I'll design one that says the Frogger.
The Frogger. Well, that's what the Ripper is.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
he's the Frogger.
It's the seam ripper tool.
Right.
He's got in the middle there.
Right.
They're just really cute.
They are adorable.
So, I was hoping to have it done by Halloween, but I don't think that's going to happen now.
Oh, yeah, why not? It's a month and a half.
Oh my God, it's so boring.
Oh, get over it. Just sit down and do it. Do it while you're watching Oscar play video games or something.
But I'm supposed to be stitching the video game sampler while he's doing that.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, anyways, that's my finishes.
So
now we have...
Wait, I have a couple more finishes.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do, and I forgot them, but
Uh-oh.
I forgot. So one of the things I got off the freebie table at StitchCon, I made it like a bandit on that freebie table, let me tell you what.
I'm glad you found so much stuff you liked.
I did. So the Hearts and Rainbows, this is like, it's designed by Betty Ashley Designs. 1981 was their 8th printing.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is probably...
Older than me.
This is older than you. Okay. So, but
the designs are older than me.
The designs are. But you know what? They're super cute. And the reason I picked it up is because it's all hearts and rainbows. And rainbows now are
LGBTQ.
A pride symbol.
Right,
I was going to get it out eventually.
Words.
Yeah, and so I thought, well, that'd be great because it's not pride specific, but it is. And so I made out of that, with some snippets, I made this one, which is going to be a card.
Oh, okay.
And then I made this one. Oh, is it upside down? Yeah, it is upside down. I made this one, which is also going to be a card. See, it's just a rainbow with some notes on it, and it might say just a note to wish you happy birthday.
Oh,
something
cute.
like that.
Very cute.
And then I have a granddaughter who's
she's in the LGBTQ community.
yeah, I'm not gonna out her anyway, but she is in that community, and cat is her symbol, so she's gonna love that. That's gonna be a card for her for next year because her birthday's already passed. But and then so that's another.
I think she watches the Flosstubes. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Does she?
Yeah.
No. All right. Anyway,
she'll forget by next year.
I don't think she does because I showed her Afghan before. Anyway, but I mean it's on this, and these are both little patterns. Like there's the cat one right there, and they're just little patterns. But look at the size of this scrap. I mean, seriously, would you have even kept this thing? Probably not. But I do, because I'm making another one right here that's going to be a little rainbow through the hearts. And that'll be a cute one for either Valentine's or an anniversary or something like that. I have a lot of friends in the LGBTQ community, and I like to make cards. And these are going to be great because you can't buy this, So that's like a whip and a finish.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. You can go on to whips. You can go on to whips now. I didn't mean to overstep.
Do you have any new starts?
I know. Do I have new? Well, technically, these I did
sats.
in one day. So these are a
Starts
start
and
and a whip and a finish. I did them in one day.
Nice.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
They're super simple. Now I still have to do the card part.
Yes.
Which that'll take me about an hour or so over at Mom's. Designing the card and finding the right stamp and all that stuff. But luckily, Mom has all that stuff.
But you
so
like
I don't
that
have to
stuff
buy
too.
it.
So.
I do. It's bad influence. My mother has been influencing me and giving me a new hobby.
Enabling.
Just what I needed.
Enabling.
A new hobby.
There's a lot of enabling happening.
I have plans, but I haven't
Okay.
done. So whips.
All right, whips. So I'm so organized this time, y'all. So organized. All right.
About friggin' time.
This is Yggdrasil.
Oh wow!
By 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy.
You worked a lot on that.
Well, no, not since the last time. Not so much. It's on 25 count opalescent Lugana called Ice Queen by Bestitch Me. I'm stitching 1/1 in my own colorway. The pattern is monochrome, and I just worked on the roots here a little bit. I didn't do that much, really. I think I did like that section right there.
I like the colors.
I do too.
Yeah.
So it starts with like this bright orange here, and then there's like, this is an orangey pink, and then all around is going to be pink, and then it's going to deepen into purples, and then maybe blue. I'm not sure how I haven't decided. I picked out a bunch of colors, but I'm not really sure I like the transition. I feel like this is a really soft transition.
Yes.
These, you can't really, is it 2 colors? Is it 3 colors? They're close, and I like that. But some of the other colors I picked, there's this one spot where I feel like I've skipped a step, you know? So I'm gonna have to soften that. But so I worked on that.
I did not work on Yggdrasil at all.
That's okay. I worked on it. I also worked on Elegant Pumpkins. So this is Elegant Pumpkins. Oh, you know what? I didn't show off what it looks like when it's finished. What did I do with my phone? Oh, here it is. It's buried under stuff over here.
You want to insert a picture later?
No, I just wanted to, I can bring it up really fast. So we have Yggdrasil here. This is what it looks like done.
So you got like half of the main motif done.
Yeah, but all of that framing I think is bigger than the motif, and I want to do all of it.
Yeah.
I left room in the fabric to do all of it. So
cool.
I really do want to do that. And then, oops, Elegant Pumpkins. Let's see what, oh, come on. Just bring it up. I opened it and closed it, and the program didn't like that very much.
It's like, just do it.
So this is what Elegant Pumpkins will look like when it's finished. It looks like there's beads. There's no beads in this. Those are French knots. And they're French knots in, oh, you can't really see.
No.
Here.
Which ones are the French knots? Oh, up in the pumpkin area?
Yeah, around the backstitch ribbon.
Oh, I see.
So, but
I'm not even sure you can see those. You'll have to decide.
Yeah, I think I'm going to choose a different color for that so you can see them, or I'm just going to do beads because I don't want to do French knots. It's metallic. It's acrylic that they're using for that.
For the knots?
Yeah, I know, right? Metallic French knots.
Acrylic knots all on its own. You don't really have to put any more in there.
It just doesn't seem appealing to me, so I might change it. They're using a silver, a metallic silver for that ribbon. It looks like ribbon, so I might just use the same color for the ribbon. Anyways, this is what I've got done so far. So since last time, I've been working on this third pumpkin right here.
It looks really pretty.
It's gonna be really nice when it's done, but this is more confetti than I like.
Yeah.
So there's an Elegant Pumpkins 2, and I bought the fabric to stitch it on, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do it because
it's a lot of confetti.
Yeah, I like to cross stitch because it's like a brain break, I call it. It's like mindless for me. I don't have to think about
When there's too much confetti, you got to count, and then you got to frog.
Yeah, and it feels like work, and I want it to feel kind of easy and simple.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to do the next one. So I also worked on Pandemic.
Oh, that.
Because Bridget got me.
She
got me the color I was missing. So this is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. Is that going to focus? It's not focusing.
Well,
focus.
It's big.
Anyway, it's huge. But I've been working on it a lot. So I have this upside down now. This is on Ivory 25 count Lugana Zweigart. I'm stitching 1/1 using my own colors. So since last time, all you had up in this area here was the skull. So I've stitched all of this.
Nice. I like it.
And I stitched most of it while we went camping over Labor Day weekend.
It's not really focusing. You might have to bring it back a little. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm guessing that's about 2 pages worth because I don't stitch page by page. I stitch motif by motif. Otherwise, you get weird cutoffs. when you cut the page, I don't know, it's just hard for me to see. So
And you put it into Knit Companion,
I
so
put
you
it
were
into
able
Knit
to put
Companion.
all the pages together.
I did.
That's something else that Knit Companion does.
Yeah, you can combine.
You can combine pages.
Pages for your pattern into one grid.
Right. Now it might take a couple extra seconds for that grid to load.
It does.
But
it takes a while.
The amount of time you save not having to go, oh, well,
Back
I'm on
and
this
forth.
page,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to go on this page, and I got to
Yeah.
count here and make sure I'm in the same
Now,
row and all
Montage,
that.
they did a good job. There's five
columns?
There's 5 columns
that overlap.
that overlap.
Yeah.
So they have the gray. So 5 columns really helps you see where you are.
Right.
I just prefer not to have to flip back and forth.
Me too. And I was doing remember the mermaid pattern that I did for Mom that had 4 pages, and I kept getting lost in the tail because the tail was a lot of, it was like 4 different colors, and it was all confetti in certain areas.
It's hard with the confetti to flip back and forth between pages.
And then when I figured out how to do it in Knit Companion, put all 4 pages together, so it was one pattern.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm still waiting for...
It was a game changer because the last 2 mermaids that I did went so fast because I didn't have to flip from page to page.
And you frog less.
Absolutely.
It's just more enjoyable when it's all one thing, and you can only really do that digitally unless you print it all out and tape it together, which I used to do when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I did that a lot.
This great big board that I would have taped on. Nah, can't be bothered now.
Yeah. And I'm still, so I like Markup RX in general better than Knit Companion, but for these multi-page patterns, Knit Companion allows you to combine patterns. Markup RX, they have promised to have that in the next release, but I haven't seen it yet. So feel better?
Yeah. So full disclosure, I believe it's only the paid version of Knit Companion that allows you to put pages together.
Oh yes, good
So
point.
I did pay for the paid
Yes.
version. I think it's $20 for a year.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
And then Markup RX,
That's super cheap.
at the time I downloaded it a few months ago, you had a 30-day free trial, and then you could pay for it, which I did because I use it.
Right. Well, Knit Companion has a free version that you can keep forever. It just doesn't do everything, and the paid version does a lot. And for me, it was worth it to me to get the paid version.
And I think they're both annual subscriptions. Like you pay every year. It's like $20 or something. I don't know. Worth it to me. So.
Yeah, definitely worth it to me.
So that's it for me for whips.
I have a couple.
Yay!
Yep. So I started working on this one. This is a start too. I think I talked about this last time. This is one of the ones I bought at StitchCon, and it's surprise Sue Hillis Designs. Apparently, I have a new favorite designer. Sorry, honey. And I really, really like it. So it's High Tides and Good Vibes. That's the pattern, and that's what I've got done so far. And you'll see I've got it in my new little Nurge.
Yes.
Yep. And this is a needle minder that I bought at StitchCon too.
You know, I thought that was birds, but it's gonna be like
It's a flag.
A flag.
It's a little flag that goes around. Yeah. But I'm using the called for colors, and I really like this fabric. And
That's a great fabric. What fabric is that? Oh no!
I will tell you the
It's
truth.
really nice.
I have it written down. I'm sorry. It's Morning Fog.
There you go.
Morning Fog by Bestitch Me. And it is, I believe, 16 count.
It's a really pretty
It's a
sky blue.
perfect-
Kind of looks like clouds and stuff.
It's a perfect blue. Well, I looked at that and I went, oh yeah, I want to emulate that because I like the way it looks. And I think this is going to look so cute. And it's kind of like the beach sky.
Yes.
You know, when you're at the beach
Yeah.
and you got that really nice blue
Yeah.
sky.
Are you gonna do the letters and the sun and everything?
I will. I'll get
Okay.
there. See, I have my little clip and all this extra
Oh, I
fabric
see.
is just clipped up over here
Yes.
and it's waiting.
Very
and
nice.
I only put 2 inches on every side because 3 inches is too much for me. I don't need 3 inches.
I don't know. Everybody could use another inch. I'm just saying.
I don't think so. And because if I finish it off for the camper, I'm probably going to finish it off like I did with the clock and Mod Podge it on some wood.
Oh, okay.
And that way, because I'm going to put this in my camper.
Oh yeah. So it'll have to. It'll have
So
to
I don't need 3
survive
extra.
the elements.
Yeah, I don't need 3 extra
That's
inches.
true.
So 2 inches is enough. And that way I get more bang on my buck for my fabric too. But anyways.
Oh my God! I'm dying. More bang for your 2 inches.
Listen.
My 13-year-old self can't handle it.
I get a lot of extra stuff out of my little
That's not
inches.
where my mind is, but
look at this,
sorry.
because this one here, all right, I got this pattern going. I'm going to cut it here, and then I'm going to have another space. I could do another one.
I might have some fabric strips for you.
Go for it, because I can use them. I don't want to waste anything. I really hate wasting anything. You know, just kind of goes against my religion. Recycle, reuse. Okay. And then,
oh, here we go. It's
here
the
we go.
Santas.
So I'm now on poinsettia Santa.
Very nice.
Okay.
I like it.
So I did gingerbread Santa and I did stocking Santa, and I was on and I worked on poinsettia Santa this month. Has it been a month?
Yeah, month.
Good grief. So I'm going to unravel it a little bit. Well, first, here's poinsettia Santa. He doesn't have a head yet. This is just his bottom end.
Oh.
And I actually, oh yeah, there's my needle.
Oh yeah, there's some, okay.
I know, because I'm in the middle of a stitch here, but I don't know where my needle minder went, so I'm just going to stick it up there. So here's my poinsettia Santa, and I got to tell you, I kind of got lost down here, because it was a little bit of counting and crap, and the frog visited me a lot down in the basket with the poinsettias.
Yeah.
So I kind of stopped working on it, and that's when I picked up the camper one, because it was like, oh, straight lines, easy, not as much
shading.
So open it up.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got our, let's see, we've got the cookie Santa here, we've got the stocking Santa here, and we've got the poinsettia Santa here. And there's like 1.5 inch space in between each one, which I think is going to be perfect. And this edge up here is already salvaged, so I don't have to do anything with it.
Oh.
And this edge down here, I went ahead and, no, my serger stopped making chain.
Oh no.
And you have to rethread the whole thing, and I couldn't be bothered because I'm lazy at that point. So I just used my regular sewing machine and did a zigzag stitch on here.
Okay.
And it keeps it from unraveling while you're working on it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the bigger nurge, but see that I got the other nurge on there.
Okay, yeah.
So I think I'm going to put the bigger one on there.
Agreed.
But that's, so far we've got three and counting.
3,
And so what I'm doing is I'm just rolling this up. Hold on, honey. Let me roll this up like that. And then I take these, my big clips, and I just clip it with the flat part inside.
Oh.
As close to the edge as I can. So that when I'm stitching it, there we go. So when I'm stitching it, I can just hold on to this, and this can hang.
That's crazy.
Because it's clipped.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's just kind of on my lap or whatever, and it's just hanging.
Well, that's ambitious, but it's working.
For real. I mean, that's why I think the bigger nurge might work better, because I might not have to move it quite so often.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I'm really having a lot of fun with it until I hit the confetti, and then I was like,
oh yeah.
So then I went to something a little easier, but I'm going to go back to Santa. Now, I did not work on Mother Moon.
Okay.
I only have beading to do.
Moving on.
And I was kind of hoping that some people might have some, and there were a couple of comments, thank you for those, with some ideas about, you know, stitching the beads on. So I'm going to do that. I promise I'm going to do that. And I'm going to work on Father Son.
Oh, so we're doing plans now.
And I may work on Yggdrasil.
You're not enchanted with it anymore.
I put it on 14 count, to be honest. It's just going to be too big. And I'm not loving the way
There's no rule that says you have to finish it. Like if you hate it, put it away.
I don't hate it. Okay.
I'm just hate's a strong word. But if you're not in love with it, I'm
just not loving.
If you're not in love with it anymore, put it away for a couple of years, maybe.
Well, I mean, I'm loving the Santas, and I think I want to like go gangbusters on those, and maybe I'll just stick Yggdrasil in a corner for a little while.
Put it in timeout.
Put it in timeout.
Not happy with it.
Till I'm ready for it again.
You're in timeout.
And all these little ones are so fun to stitch. I mean, I get through one of these in a day, you know, so those are just fun. Yeah, go ahead. Do you have plans?
I do have plans. So, I wrote it down. Yes. So the matchbook needlebook tutorial I am recording on the same day we record this.
Oh,
so if I'm wearing the same shirt,
you'll know
why. That's plans, but that'll be already done by the time this posts. Okay. And so I'm having trouble picking out the pattern that I want to stitch on the t-shirt with the water soluble canvas.
The gray t-shirt.
The gray, it's a gray, it's a heather.
Light gray.
It's a heather gray. So you know what I mean? Like it's feathered, it's not solid gray.
It's feathered?
Heather gray.
Okay.
It's called heather. It's not a solid color, it's mottled.
Really? I bought the same t-shirt you did.
It's
I
right
didn't think
there.
It was mottled. I thought it was just gray.
Hold on, will this go stretch this far? Yeah, see? It's not solid, it's a little bit, it's called heather gray. That's what this is called.
Okay.
Anyway,
right. So I have already picked out.
I like
my
these. This is
pattern.
in the Bewitching Cross Stitch book by Joan Elliott. So I like these 4 patterns. I was thinking the unicorn because I really like unicorns, or Dream, the butterfly. The only thing I'm worried about is with those. So first of all, I'm not going to do beads on a t-shirt. I just don't want to be bothered. And then there's like white, like stars or snowflakes or something, and I think those are going to get lost on the t-shirt
on the
color.
heather. You'd have to change the color.
Yeah, I would have to do something different.
It would get lost on the gray.
So either the Dream Butterfly, the Imagine Unicorn, or there is a Luna Moth from Mother Moon. Now, this is not a great picture.
No,
I don't want to show you the pattern. So
yeah, the pattern is much prettier. You can't really tell.
this is the
picture.
Luna Moth, and all around the moth are the different phases of the moon. I think I'm leaning towards this one.
I really like the lunar moth. I do.
Yeah.
But you know what you got to do? Count how many boxes are in the pattern. Are you doing what kind of? Cause
It's 14 count.
It's 14 count waist canvas.
It's 14 count waist
14
canvas.
count waist canvas as well.
So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 across. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 down. So 60 by 60.
60 by 60. Okay, so you get out the calculator.
Oh, if you go to notoriousneedle.com/cross-stitch-calculator, all one word, there you go.
Well, the lunar moth is only going to be 4 inches by 4 inches. That's really small to put on a shirt.
So
Just saying.
You're the one you were wearing last time. Your mandala bee
my
thing was
little
only
bee.
like this big, right
Yeah,
there.
that's true. It was.
That's plenty.
It was small. Yeah, it was small.
And I got nothing to distract you. It'll just be the cross stitch.
Nobody will see nothing else.
I'll finally have people looking at my chest for a change.
Well, I don't think I'm going to do the bee mandala that I showed you.
Oh, you're gonna do something different?
Yeah, because I picked up another pattern. I don't remember the designer, but it says the beekeeper, and it shows a woman in a beekeeping suit because she's got a skirt on, and then she's got bees.
Yes,
and
I think you showed me that one.
I may do that, but I got to look and see what the colors are.
Okay.
Because again, the beekeeper's in white on a gray shirt, not much contrast.
So I think I like the Luna Moth the best.
Yeah.
This is a really crappy picture.
It is.
The pictures in this book are not as good as the patterns. They're either washed out or they're too shadowed or both, oddly.
Right.
So I think
photographs
instead
would've been
of the beads, what I'll do is I'll do like metallic floss. I'll do X's there.
Or French knots.
I'm not doing French knots with
Not doing
metallic
French
floss.
knots.
That's not happening. No.
I
don't know. I might. I'll try
I
it.
want to see
Because
French knots with metallic floss.
it gets stuck. Like you don't get that
I
tiny
know.
little knot.
No.
You know,
you get like
it's
it kinks.
You gotta it kinks. You gotta really like pluck at it, maybe with some tweezers. I'll give it a try. We'll see how it goes because I do have the DMC Diamond white is like opalescent, and I think I think that will look really nice instead of the white beads.
Yes.
I would do the opalescent French knots, and then instead of the pale purple ones, I'm going to maybe borrow your extra skein of purple metallic.
From Mother Moon, I had 2 extra skeins of purple left over.
So you see Mother Moon here. This is one of the bonus patterns that they give you in this book next to Mother Moon. Like it's the same style. You see she's got the lunar moth here. Right. So it's related. But yeah, I think that would look nice on a t-shirt. And I like
complementary pattern.
Complementary. Yes. And I like the phases of the moon. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really neat. So, and it'll look like a butterfly, so my husband will like it.
It is a butterfly. Oh no, it's a
It's a
lunar
moth, technically.
Don't tell him.
I'm not.
Just tell him it's a butterfly. He won't
Yeah.
care.
Oh, it's a moon butterfly.
Yeah, right. He won't know.
He'll be happy. He calls me butterfly, so he likes to see
Right.
me do butterfly stuff. Anyways.
Plans?
That's it for plans.
Oh no, not for
Well,
me.
okay, that's it for my plans.
I got plans.
All right.
Okay, so. Yes. Okay, so my husband came home with bee
It's
fabric
adorable.
from Wally World.
Wait, look, it says, where does it say? I saw
What?
it. Here we go. It says bumblebee.
It says bumblebee,
It says bumblebee.
but they're not bumblebees.
No.
They look like honeybees.
Well,
to
some
me.
of, yeah.
Oh well, you know what? That's
There's different
probably
bees.
a bumblebee, and that's
The
a
fat
honeybee.
one, yeah.
Right. The fat one is a bumblebee, and the little skinnier ones are honeybees. And
That's
I
cute.
know because I'm a beekeeper, so I know the difference. But I like because I have that other project bag that I bought at Keepsakes.
Okay.
That is all the bees, and then the inside fabric is honeycomb. And I was like, oh, I love this. I want to make one. And then I was looking on YouTube, and you know, sometimes YouTube does show you something you're interested in. Not all the time. You know, I'm not interested in erectile dysfunction drugs. Thank you, YouTube.
Or when you're planning a cruise vacation, you're not interested in looking at the last crash.
Right? So,
It's not great.
Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch did a YouTube video on the vinyl front project bag.
I'll put the link below.
Yeah, so it's called Vinyl Front Project Bag Tutorial for Cross Stitch Projects. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, I could make that. I could totally make that. And it wouldn't take me 2 days to do it this time either.
Okay.
So I went and I was like, okay, I went and found this backing to go with this. But I showed it to my husband, and he said he didn't think that backing went that well with it. So he went and got me this one.
Oh, no.
And he thinks this one will go better with it.
Well, these two go better together. Yeah.
But then I decided I have enough with this. I could do the front and back in the same. It doesn't have to be complementary.
Okay. All right.
You know, so I'll make another project bag with this
Yeah,
one.
those two go really well
They do
together.
go together.
Yeah.
And then I found these,
Those are beautiful.
and I was like, oh, look at that dragonflies, and look at that blue color.
Yeah.
You notice what it matches?
What color blue is
I
that?
wonder. Is it Notorious Needle Blue? So anyway, and then I found the vinyl, which I didn't bring with me because
Oh, it's clear vinyl.
yeah,
The end.
it came on a roll, so
Yeah.
it's a big. I went ahead and bought a yard of it because I'm like, I'm only going to make just one. I'm probably going to make 2. I might make 3. Who knows? And then I found this nice fusible interfacing, and feel how thick that is.
Oh yeah, that is really thick.
Yeah. So I got a yard of that. That's thicker than what you normally get, and this is about the thickness of the vinyl. So I didn't get the really thin vinyl, and I didn't get the really thick vinyl.
Okay.
I got like a medium vinyl.
Okay.
And it's like the vinyl was like $6.99 a yard, so clearly, you know, not that expensive. And then I got the 14-inch zipper that she calls for in her pattern, one to match the blue and one to match the bees. And now I'm gonna have to get another
yellow one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll have to
you
get
gotta
another
make
yellow
3,
one.
yeah.
But that's okay.
Oh, how much fun is that?
I know.
That's gonna
But
come out so
now I
fun.
know why these bags are $35 and $40.
If you ever wondered.
Right? Because you got the vinyl. The fabric, now okay, the fabric that my husband picked up was like $1. Okay. But these other little scraps, they're $3.99
Yeah, for a scrap.
for a quarter
Yeah.
of a yard. And then when you go to the fabric store, the fabric that I saw, and they had some really adorable Halloween fabric. Oh, so cute. And it's like $12.99 a yard. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Fabric prices went
That's a lot. Yeah.
right? Then you got the vinyl, you got the fusible interfacing, you got the front fabric, you got the matching fabric. Okay? You got this zipper, and the zippers are like, I don't know, I didn't even price the zippers.
Well, and the expertise to put it all together in a way that
and
looks
then it
nice.
takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. So even if this bag only takes 2 hours to put together, that's still 2 hours of your time.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
Plus all of the time it took you to learn how to sew.
and
the sewing machine.
drive to the store, find the stuff, pick out the fabric. Yeah. So you know what? I will never poo-poo again when somebody's got one of those vinyl bags on Etsy and they're like $35 or $40.
Pay
It's like,
artists what
yeah,
they're
you know
worth.
what?
Like, it's work.
You're right.
It's
You're
and
right.
it's not just the work in making the bag. It's all the work that led up to the knowledge and know how to make the bag.
Yep, but I'm still going to use that YouTube video, and I am definitely going to make some bags because I'm really excited about.
It's a simple-ish bag, right?
As
they go.
Not, well, it's very finished. It's very finished looking. Okay, so there's no like outside ragged edges or anything like that. The zipper is set into the fabric, and she shows you how to do that. And I have a sewing machine. It's perfectly well. I have a zipper foot. I mean, I made the other project bag out of the two black work, the 2020 and the 2021 black work samplers. Or,
Peppermint Purple.
Peppermint Purple's black work, right? The free sampler that they did, and I turned that into a project bag because Stacy gave us the idea for that. So I was able to inset that zipper. YouTube was my friend. So I know I can do this.
Okay.
And I'm excited.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
It is. And one of them might end up being a present. Just saying.
I wonder which one.
Well, gee, let me think.
That's exciting. Yes, I definitely need more pretty project bags because I'm using my husband's like freebie tool bags.
Yeah.
They're utilitarian. They work. They're just not pretty. I guess I could stitch something on it.
I started out using Ziploc freezer bags.
Oh yes.
And just putting a piece of masking tape over the front of it to identify.
I am resorting to using sandwich baggies for my orts.
Ah, yes, I have an ort sandwich baggie.
Yep.
Am I keeping you up?
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Anything else for plans?
I think that might be it. I'm just looking over my list here. Yes, I actually have a list. We got organized.
I mean, this is we're
Had to
Virgos,
happen
we
sooner
have
or
lists.
later.
I've always had lists, but I got super organized this time. Well, if that's it for plans, then the only other thing I want to mention, and it's not stitch related, so if you're not into MUSE, the band, you can just go to the next video.
I'm leaving.
But their new album, Will of the People, is out, and it's a really good one. Now, MUSE, I feel like it's kind of like Star Trek movies where like every other movie is not great. I feel like every other album is like mediocre. This is the other album that's on the good. This is the good album. I really like it. It's really good. And they've got some really weird, like goofy, but interesting artsy videos. Anyway, so plans. I'm going to try and go to a MUSE concert. So far, the only closest one is Ohio.
That's not close.
However, we're in Fort Lauderdale. So, and my husband's like, yeah, let's do it, babe. Let's do it. Let's fly to Ohio for a MUSE concert. He's the best. He's the best. He's ready to go. I said, well, I'm going to try and see if they're coming down, at least to maybe like Georgia or something. I don't know.
Someplace closer.
But I mean, what difference does it make? Ohio, Georgia, it's still a flight. So
not necessarily.
I'm not driving. That's right.
You don't drive. You don't like to drive. You don't like road trips. I like road trips.
I like 4-hour road trips. I don't like 2-day road trips.
I like road trips. I'm going to tell you. I have found some of my best stuff. I went to see the Dragon Museum on a road trip. Anybody else heard of the Dragon Museum? There actually is one. I believe it was in either Tennessee or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. What's the one below Tennessee?
Well, okay, for StitchCon. So if we can hit like a needle shop in every state on the way, I might consider.
I could totally do that.
A road trip for StitchCon.
I can totally do that.
That would be fun. We'd have to take some extra time off.
I love planning a road trip.
We'll see.
And I usually plan in extra time because when we go on a road trip, we usually follow like the little brown sign on the side of the road.
Oh yes,
with
all the historical.
Look, there's a gardens this way. There's a museum that way, and we stop for flea markets, for real antique malls. We stop. And you got to give yourself, a little 4 or 5 hours extra. Okay, so who cares if you don't get to the hotel until 10 and you were planning on getting there at 7? Big deal. It'll still be there. Somebody will be at the desk. They'll still let you in.
I don't know. I like my sleep. I really do. I like my sleep, especially on vacation.
Yeah, but I don't get to sleep until, 11:30 midnight anyway.
Oh, no. I'm in bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm old.
You're old.
No, No, I get up early.
You do.
My husband gets up early, so I try to get up early with him.
Yeah, you do, but I don't. So, you know, but we're on the road usually by 8:30, so it's not bad.
We'll talk. We'll talk some more.
We'll talk
some more.
I think I can convince her. I think I can find local needle
I don't know
shops.
if I'll have that much time off because we're also planning our wedding.
Oh, that's true.
So that's
and I
2
probably
weeks.
will be employed by then.
Yes.
I will have to be employed by then because I think my husband's gonna.
So much for semi-retirement.
He's not happy.
Oops.
I don't think he's happy having me home all day. I think I have the reverse. You know how they always say like the wife is like not happy because her husband retires and now he's underfoot all day long.
Oh yes.
I think we have that situation at my house, except it's reversed.
Because he was retired. He retired before you.
Yeah, and he was used to being able to walk in, put on some stupid, boring, sorry, honey, YouTube sci-fi grade B movie or something, and and then go walk the dog, and he's got his own schedule, and then now I'm home and I'm stitching.
You messed everything up.
I've taken over the television.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so plans. That's plans. Other types of plans.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking with us
If
this
you
long.
stayed to the end,
We really
good on you.
appreciate you. And we'll see you next time.
And
Until then, stitch on.